Etymology and historical origin of the baby name Layla. The name Layla is a spelling variant of the name Laila, both of which have Arabic origins. In Arabic, Layla means night. Arabs would use this name for their daughters in the convention of describing the quality or character of the baby. As such, it has come to mean dark beauty or one who was born at night. The name has been in use since medieval times, inspired by the true Arabian legend of Qays and Layla, a story of unrequited love. These young virgin lovers fall so deeply in love that they are barely able to contain their devotion. Causing quite the scandal in their community, Qays is denied her hand in marriage and kept from seeing her. He flees the tribe, wanders in the wilderness chanting love poems about his darling Layla, eventually descends into madness and finally dies. Originally an Arab/Muslim name, Layla, and its variants such as Layla and Layla, has acquired currency in both the English-speaking world and the Nordic nations in particular. It is more commonly thought of as an internationally adopted name at this point, as evidenced by the growing number of spelling variations, Layla, 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 and Layla for instance. The variant of Layla is perhaps the oldest in the English-speaking world, introduced by Lord Byron in the early 19th century as a character in his poems The Gr. 1813 and Don Juan 1819. Personality of the girl named Layla. The three energy is powerful and enthusiastic. These personalities are cheerful, full of self-expression, and often quite emotional. They have an artistic flair and gift of gab that makes them natural entertainers. Their joyfulness bubbles over, and their infectious exuberance draws a crowd. The three personality is like a child, forever young and full of delight. They are charming, witty, and generally happy people. The three personality lives in the now and has a spontaneous nature. Three seem to live with a bright and seemingly unbreakable aura that attracts others to them. In turn, they are deeply loyal and loving to their friends and family. Luck also has a tendency to favor number threes. Popularity of the girl named Layla. Layla has been in continual use in the United States since the U.S. government began tracking naming trends as far back as 1880. The name was most popular in the 19th century, probably inspired by Lord Byron's poetry. In any case, as we entered the 20th century, the name began to wane in popularity. By the 1970s, 80s and 90s, the usage of Layla was so scarce that the name came very close to falling off the charts altogether. The future began to look brighter for Layla by the late 1990s, and in the past 15 years, the name has regained close to 800 positions on the charts. Layla is now very close to making the top 200 list. Not quite as popular as her sister names Layla, Layla, Laila, or Laila, Layla is still holding her own on the charts. It's a beautiful name and, we think, classical spelling. In Arab naming conventions, the laqab is the portion of a person's name intended as a description of the person. In this tradition, the name Layla would be used for a little baby girl born at night or one with a dark complexion. Is Layla going to be your little dark beauty? Quick facts on Layla. Gender, girl. Origin, Arabic. Number of syllables, 2. Ranking popularity, 215. Pronunciation, Layl, Liel or Liel. Simple meaning, night, dark beauty. Characteristics of Layla. Happy, dramatic, optimistic, social, creative, communicative, popular. Cultural references to the baby name, Layla. Literary characters of the baby name Layla. Layla is a character in Lord Byron's classic poem, Don Juan, begun in 1819. During his many adventurous voyages, Don Juan rescues this 10-year-old Muslim orphan girl from the Cossacks, and sees to her well-being as if she were his own. Although she is young and female at a time that does not make many allowances for either, Layla is formidable in her own sense of self. She resolutely refuses to convert to Christianity and maintains her dignified individuality against all odds. Layla is the main character in yet another of Byron's narrative poems, The Gr., first published in 1813. Layla, a member of Hassan's harem, falls in love with the GR, infidel/foreigner, and is subjected to the traditional punishment for same, i.e., Hassan has her sewn into a sack and throws her to her death in the sea. For this, the GR murders Hassan, and then, in grief and repentance, spends the rest of his own life in a monastery. The story is told in a Rashomon-style narrative, from several points of view, that of a poet-traveler, a Muslim fisherman, a monk, and the GR himself. No one, it appears, asks the lady herself her thoughts on the matter. Popular songs on Layla. A song by ZZ Top, like Layla Khalid said, a song by The Teardrop Explodes, Layla. Famous people named Layla. Layla Hadami, Iranian actress, Layla Josvaux, classical violinist, Layla Pahlavi, Iranian princess, Layla Alice Denmark, MD. Physician and supercentenarian, Layla Hyams, actress.